Welcome to Mind, Body, Health, and Politics. I'm your host, Dr. Richard Lewis Miller. I'm an 85-year-old clinical psychologist with 64 years of practice experience. As you can see from looking at me, I'm very healthy. How did I get this way? Hard work. What I'm here to tell you is being healthy is a lifestyle. Being healthy is a decision. Each of us has a decision to make as to whether we want to put in the time and energy to be healthy, or we're just going to let the chips fall wherever they fall. You may be lucky, you may get many years with the chips falling well, but you may also get parted out. You may also get diabetes, you may get heart disease, you may get cancer, pancreatic problems. There's all kinds of stuff that happens if you don't choose the healthy lifestyle route. But that's your call. I also want to tell you that if you do choose the healthy lifestyle route, the one that I chose, it's a lot of work. I don't want to make believe it's just something I can say to you. Tomorrow morning, you get up and start doing it, and you're going to feel wonderful, and your immune system is going to be great. That isn't the case. But I do have Dr. Miller's Immunity Builder program to offer you because it's a program that has worked for me, and therefore I think it'll work for you. So here it is. We're talking about a healthy lifestyle. That means you think healthy lifestyle. Every decision you make, you're making in terms of, is this a healthy lifestyle choice or is it not a healthy lifestyle choice? That's how I live my life. I still have a lot of fun. I'm having a great life, but I make the lifestyle choices that are going to build my immune system. So, number one, exercise. Exercise is part of every healthy person's lifestyle. You have to figure out a way to exercise. If you happen to be working in a place or a trade where you get 10,000 steps a day because you're a carpenter or an electrician or you deliver the mail, you've got it made. You don't have to do much else. You use your pedometer. It'll tell you you're doing 10,000 steps a day, and you can skip this because you're on your way to a healthy lifestyle. But what about the rest of us? Me, sitting in office with patients 40 hours a week. We have to figure out a way to exercise. How do you exercise? You either schedule it, you do it alone or with friends. If you do it with friends, you'd make a decision. Instead of hanging out in bars, hanging out in cabarets, hanging out in restaurants all the time, you hang out with friends by doing activities, by going on bike rides together, by going on walks together. If you live rurally, you can go river rafting together. What you do is you get together with friends in a healthy lifestyle and you do active things together, and you choose friends who are active. You choose friends who sit around all day drinking booze and smoking dope, you're going to end up drinking booze and smoking dope. That's just how it is. They're welcome to do it. It's their lives. It's their choice. But it's not the immune builder lifestyle. The immunity builder lifestyle means exercise, hanging out with friends and exercise. The other way to do it, if you do it alone, is you set a time every single day. 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock in the morning, depends on when you work, and you exercise in some way. You walk, you bike, you do the elliptical machine, you do a treadmill, you run in place, you skip rope. You start out by doing it 10 minutes. You add 2 minutes every single day, then you do 12, and then 14, and then 16. Before you know it, you're doing 50 minutes a day. Again, you're thinking lifestyle. How can I build this into my lifestyle? What's number two after exercise? Nutrition. Nutrition, it's the fuel. You want the cleanest fuel that you can eat. You don't want fuel that's processed. When you read the labels, by the way, if you have a healthy lifestyle, you have to become a label reader. I know it's a pain in the butt, but you have to do it. You have to read what you're taking into your body. Otherwise, you're going driving blind. You're just putting stuff in. You don't know what it is. You have a right to know what it is. When you see a whole long list of stuff on the package, that's not stuff you want. Food doesn't have a whole long list of stuff. Broccoli doesn't come with 5 other things put in it. Neither does kale or chard or peas or corn or beans or legumes. They don't have a list of things. You would pick up a package that has a whole list of things, put it back on the shelf. That's not an immune builder. An immune builder is food, down to earth food, not processed food. An immune builder is not a soft drink. Soft drinks, forget about it. Forget about it. It's basically sugared water. If you add one soft drink to your diet and keep your exercise and your nutrition equal every day, and you add one soft drink every day, in 3 years, you gain 45 pounds. I've done the math. Forget about soft drinks. Sugar. You want an immune builder lifestyle? Forget about sugar. It's an inflammatory, causes problems in the body. Why is that? Because we're not eating sugar from a sugar cane where you can get a little and be satisfied. We're eating a processed product that is made out of the sugar cane. And one little spoon of it is amazingly powerful. Sugar, forget about it. Processed food, forget about it. Carbohydrates, forget about it. Bread, crackers, I know they're fun to eat. Do I love bread? I'm a bread fanatic. I'm a bread addict. You give me a loaf of bread in the car, I could eat the whole loaf by the time I get home, and I'm not exaggerating. But we can't do it for an immune builder lifestyle. We have to eat clean food, unprocessed food, and you have to use your common sense, read the label. If it has a lot of stuff, forget about it. Sleep. Sleep is very important. We need to rest. What does that mean? It means you have to get into bed. You can't have a computer in the room. You can't have a phone in the room. No TV in the room. You want to make it a sleeping room, a cave. That's what we came out of. Make your bedroom a cave that you go into and it's dark and cozy and warm. And do everything you can not to let noises from the street come into your room. That means if you have to, you put in earplugs. If there's no way you can make the room dark, wear eye shades. Healthy immune builder program lifestyle, sleep in the dark. Do what it takes. Use your common sense. Now, what else? Number 4, abdominal breathing. Abdominal breathing is an essential tool. Why is that? Because when we get anxious, something called anxiety, we tighten up in here. We squeeze. Abdominal breathing loosens everything up. It's also called diaphragmatic breathing. It's from the lower part where your abdomen is. Hey, abdominal breathing is faster than a speeding Valium. I promise you. How do you do it? You practice 30 seconds, 4 or 5 times a day, every single day. Look it up on YouTube, how to do abdominal breathing. Look it up somewhere on the Google, how to do abdominal breathing. Become a master at abdominal breathing, and you will never regret it. You will be happy. Next time you get anxiety, you'll be able to handle it. And that's why abdominal breathing is one of the important tools on Dr. Miller's Immunity Builder program. What's next? Mind control. Oh, mind control. Very few people realize that we are the boss of our minds. The mind is not the boss. The boss wants to be the mind, but it's not. The mind is a tool. It's a tool that we get direct. We get to direct it to a project. We get to tell it what to think. We get to tell it what kind of movies to put on. That's because we're the boss. Now, a lot of you are saying, yeah, that sounds good, but it doesn't work for me because my mind keeps producing ideas and pictures and I can't stop, particularly when I'm going to sleep. What that means is you have yet to develop the skill of mind control. That's all it means. So many things in life are skills. And how do you learn a skill? Practice, 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 practice. I promise you, if you practice mind control, within 6 months, you'll be very good at it. How do you practice mind control? You spend a certain number of minutes several times a day telling your mind what to do. For example, think about numbers, think about pictures, make up a story, and with a video in your mind, make your mind show that video. Just count numbers, 1 to 10. Tell your mind, count 1 to 10, and make it count 1 to 10. Do that 5 or 6 times a day, every single day, until eventually you'll say, count numbers, and your mind will start counting numbers. What you're doing, it doesn't matter whether it's count numbers, have special thoughts, have a dialogue. It really doesn't matter what you tell your mind to do, so long as you tell your mind to do it over and over again until your mind becomes accustomed to taking orders from you, until your mind realizes you're the boss. The mind is not the boss. And eventually, you will be able to think about anything you want, anytime you want. You'll be able to make any video you want in your head. You want an action movie, you'll make one. You want a cowboy movie, you'll make one. You want a musical comedy, you'll make one. It's all in your mind. I can picture two people singing and dancing right now at will. Or you might want to practice mind control by telling your mind to fill up with a color. My favorite color is burnt orange. I close my eyes. I picture burnt orange. I picture it in my mind coming through my body and my arms and my chest. I picture my entire body full of beautiful golden light of burnt orange. Oh, does that feel good? It energizes me. I picture the energy of the sun coming into my body. Try that. Maybe you have another color. You don't want orange. You want blue. You want green. The important thing is to tell your mind what to do over and over again until you become the boss. That's the key. You're the boss, not the mind. Remember it. The mind's a tool. It works for you. You don't work for it. What's next on Dr. Miller's immunity building program? Purpose. It's very important to have a purpose in life, to find something that you enjoy doing and that you find meaningful. And it can be literally anything. And I mean literally anything. Winston Churchill was famous for building a rock wall in his backyard, a huge rock wall. It took him years to build it, but he found meaning in that. He was also an artist and he painted and he found meaning in that. So it doesn't matter whether you're building a rock wall or making a painting or doing a job, or doing the job that you do for money. What matters is you find something that you enjoy doing and you consider that meaningful. So it gives you a good feeling when you do it. It could be cleaning the house. It could be making your bed. Honestly, it doesn't matter what the activity is. What matters is you're giving meaning to that particular job and making it worthwhile. Keeping a clean house can be a great purpose. Helping a friend can be a great purpose, helping them on a regular basis. But have a purpose. And it's better to have a purpose that you know in advance you're going to do than waiting until you wake up in the morning and decide, what's going to be my purpose today? Oh, what am I going to do? Oh, darn. No, you think about it beforehand and you wake up in the morning and you know what your purpose is going to be. And it gives you a good feeling and it builds your immune system. And that's what we're doing here, folks. Remember, we are building immune systems because the immune system is what takes care of us and keeps us healthy and fit. What's the next one on the list? Social contacts, friends, family, people we hang out with. Critical issue. You have to reach out, make it happen. Don't be one of those, they didn't call me, I'm not going to call them. Reach out for social contacts. Go places where you can make social contacts. We human beings are tribal animals. We love doing things together. We love going to ball games. We love doing social things like sewing circles, reading circles, playing baseball. You know what we love the most? Eating together. Human beings love getting together at a table and eating together. Social contacts are critical for building your immune system. What's next? Weight control. Weight control is so essential. You know, if you have 6 businesses and 5 of them are making plenty of money and one's losing money, year after year, this one's losing money. Where do you think the money that this one's losing is coming from? It's coming from the winners. draining them, draining them, draining them. Eventually, you have to get rid of the loser. That's the same thing with weight. The lungs and the heart are pumping. The heart is the pump. The lungs put oxygen in the blood. The oxygenated blood goes to the heart. The heart pumps it to the body, and that gives us energy. When you have excess weight, the lungs have to send the same oxygenated blood to the heart, and the heart has to send that oxygenated energy to the weight. But it's a cost center that's losing money because that excess weight isn't providing any energy. There's no muscle in it. All it is insulation. And we don't need the insulation of weight anymore. Why not? Because we have clothing, modern clothing nowadays that keeps us warm. Also, we have heat in our homes, most of us do, that keep us warm. So we don't need the weight. And if we stop giving that weight oxygen, then the heart and the lungs can use all that energy for, you're right, the immune system. So losing weight and getting thin is an immune system builder. It's essential. You've got to work on it. I have special videos on how to lose weight, and you can reference them. They're on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, maybe on YouTube and on Mind, Body, Health, and Politics. This one is a big issue. I know it is, because 73% of the public right now are overweight, and we need to chip in and do something about that so all those folks can also build their immune system. Now we get to some easier ones. Smoking. Forget about it. You don't want to, if you want to be a healthy person and build your immune system, you can't shortchange your lungs, which have this wonderful job of taking in air and putting the oxygen into the blood, sending it to the heart that then sends it around the body. It's like sending gasoline to all the cars in the neighborhood, sending the oxygen to every little cell in the body, and we get this great energy from it. But when you smoke, you're cutting down the poor lungs' ability to put oxygen in the blood, and it creates all kinds of stuff, and we know it does, folks. I don't need to harp on this one. Whatever it takes to stop smoking, whatever kind of smoke you're taking into your lungs, it's harmful. If you want to be a lifestyler and build a really powerful immune system, smoking, forget about it. Alcohol. Alcohol is so embedded in the culture, going back thousands of years. Why is that? Because it disinhibits us. We're so uptight with all the stuff we've learned from morality and religion and nonsense that we're constricted as a people. Alcohol loosens us up. We get to be a little less inhibited, a little less stiff upper lip. We can laugh more. We can be frivolous and happy. So we drink. Alcohol numbs emotional pain. So instead of expressing the pain and being transparent, we drink and we numb it. Alcohol is an anesthetic. But folks, alcohol is toxic to the human system. We have tons of evidence from science that's reputable that alcohol is toxic to the human system. If you really need to change your consciousness, use marijuana. It's much safer. Marijuana is a muscle relaxant at the basic level. Alcohol is an anesthetic and a depressant at the basic level. If you want a healthy lifestyle, you want to build that immune system, say goodbye to alcohol. You got to figure out another way to get high. Last on my list for today is vacation. What does a vacation mean? It means to vacate. It means to let everything else go. It means to be in the now, in the place where you're vacating. Whether you're doing a staycation, which means staying in your home, whether you're doing a sexcation, which means getting together with your partner and having sex for 3 or 4 days in a row, whether you're doing a hikecation, you're doing a campcation, or if you have money, you're doing a flying vacation. The important thing is, one, to take a vacation, and two, leave all the other stuff behind. And here's a story I'll leave you with. Two men are working together for 30 years. Peter and Harry. And one day, Peter notices that Harry looks terrible, really bad. So Peter says to Harry, Harry, I'm going to drive you home today, because Peter wants to take care of Harry. So he drives Harry home. And as they pull up to Harry's house and get out of the car, Peter sees Harry walk over to a tree. And he does this thing like tying something imaginary on the tree. And they walk in the house, and Peter is amazed. Harry is his regular happy self. He's all over the kids and the wife, and everything is good. So Peter leaves thinking everything's good. The next day at work, Peter says to Harry, hey, yesterday you were so down in the dumps, I drove you home. And just to be a good friend. And when we got to the house, you did this thing with the tree, and then you went in the house and you were normal. Tell me what you did, Harry. And Harry says, well, all that shit that I was dealing with and feeling terrible about, I tied it up on the tree. I didn't need to bring it into my home with my family. I knew it would be there in the morning. So I walk in the house, all that crap is left on the tree. Sure enough, when I come out in the morning, most of it's still there, but at least I didn't impose it on my family. Folks, that's an important story. You don't need to impose all the shit in your life everywhere you go. There are ways to learn, including mind control, to put that stuff in a compartment and then go about having a happy life, because the stuff will be there to deal with later, I assure you. Okay, so we just went through 11 tips on how to do Dr. Miller's Immunity Builder program. Exercise, nutrition, sleep. Yes, the importance of sleep. Abdominal breathing, mind control, finding purpose, social contacts, weight control, alcohol, forget about it. Smoking, forget about it. And vacating. 11 tips to be in Dr. Miller's immunity building program, and it doesn't cost you anything except the time and effort to do it, to build yourself up so that you can be 85 years old like I am, and in great physical condition and ready to go out to dinner and have a good time. Until next time, this is Dr. Richard Lewis Miller reminding you that good health is worth fighting for, and it's essential for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Oh, and by the way, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and of course, YouTube. Go to Mind, Body, Health, and Politics and look at the archives. All of this is free. And you're saying, what's the catch? Is he kidding? No, I'm not kidding. It's all free. There's nothing hidden. You're not being asked to buy anything. I'm just putting this out because after 64 years of practice, I can and I want to. I love you. Bye-bye.